with AI will replace employees without it. That's a fact. If your employees ask you the same questions over and over every single day, if it feels like your business is completely depending on you for every single answer, then this may be one of the most important videos you've ever listened to if you run a service business. Because right now, smart service business owners are starting to give every employee their own AI assistant, not to replace them, but to help them think better, communicate better, solve problems faster, and stop dragging the owner into every little question all day long. And the crazy part is most business owners still have no idea this is even possible. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we're using AI inside service businesses to help employees answer questions faster, write better estimates, communicate more professionally, explain repairs better to homeowners, and become more independent without the owner constantly babysitting everybody. I'm going to show you how to organize it, how employees actually use it in real world, and why this is becoming less about technology and more about building a company that doesn't completely rely on the owner for every answer. Actually, before we jump in, I want to know something from you guys in the comments. What's the number one question that drives you crazy constantly from your employees that they ask you every day? That's driving you completely nuts. Pricing, can't understand their line items, customer issues, scheduling, estimates, what to do about anything, what communication. Put it in the comments because I really like to read this stuff so I can help you with the next video. I know this part feels lame, but most of you watching aren't actually subscribed or liking the videos, and here's why it matters. When you hit like or subscribe, YouTube pushes this video to more business owners that are stressed out, and trying to figure this stuff out alone. So if this content's helping you, literally take a second and help me help other people by liking and subscribing. The real problem is you guys as the business owners get sucked into so many things that are retraining, all this reverbalizing everything that you've already trained people just so that they can figure out how to be confident in what they're doing. And that's the biggest bottleneck, because you become their bottleneck in their brain. Well, we want to figure out how to make your employees use their own brains and use this. And AI is the perfect scenario. So what we want to do is we want to, you eliminate you being the bottleneck. Employees stop waiting for answers, interruptions for you all day long. Key employees holding knowledge, which they're getting bothered and messed with. Repeated questions, no systems, and owner never gets thinking time because you're always answering them for everything. So you don't have an employee problem typically, you have an information problem. So here's the big idea. Every employee gets an AI assistant. They get their own paid ChatGPT, a shared ChatGPT. You do it in your company, so it stays with you. So a shared one is just the same as if they go get their own, but you get it on your own, so you get to see everything, and it's $20 to $30 a seat. And so depending on what it is, it's billed monthly or annually, whatever. But this way, you take out all the technicality of it. And what I suggest you do is create one for the business. Put the 3 or 4 or 5 people seats in there. You create the projects for different things. And first project you do is you create a project about each position. And then you go in there and you just spend 15 minutes talking about that position, helping them out with different things that it could be. So you have a good base of where to start with. And then they go in there and they start asking this questions like, hey, if they're looking at something, how could I do this or whatever this, and it'll start guiding them. And before you accept a phone call from them, they must go through ChatGPT or Claude, wherever you're going to use, to find the information. And if they haven't done that, then don't take the call. Text. They must text first. This is part of an old system that we used to do called the decision tree. The decision tree has levels of it to what kind of question is it you're calling. And you have root questions, which you need me now. I need your help now. They call for a root question. By the way, they define it every time they call. So the root is, I need your help now. I can't go on any further. Then you have a trunk. I need your help, but I can wait a little bit waiting for it, whatever. And then you have your branches where I got this, but I need to know if I did it right. And then you have the leaf. I'm just letting you know I'm just bullshitting and telling you that I did this stuff, and I don't need your help at all. And they're just going to call up and chit chat with you. So you want to get every decision to a leaf. But with AI, they'll probably get the answer because right now you're living in trunk and root because you're just making all the decisions for them. Well, make sure that you've gone in there and talked a little about each position, rebuttals, about training a little bit. I mean, your main things, and see what they would do. See how they would answer. And so make every decision something that they have to use an AI assistant for first. And when you do this, now you're going to start watching them flourish and start getting answers themselves. And you know what that might even happen? Let's pray. They might even get better solutions that you might have suggested. That will happen. And now it's not that the AI is thinking for them. They're learning how to ask the right questions, and they're now thinking of how to get the answers so you don't have to. And that is the power of getting people to start thinking for themselves. Even though ChatGPT might be doing the heavy lifting, but now they're asking the questions. And guess what? The more that they ask ChatGPT the same thing, the more it'll reduce how many questions they're going to ask. And that just, you're teaching them how to use their brain with AI. And that is where this becomes super powerful. We're not going to replace our employees with AI. We're going to teach them how to use AI in their positions. And now, so let's talk about some real world examples. Well, let's just say a CSR has a really bad call. She just handled it wrong, didn't know how to handle it. Well, if you got the recording, take the recording, she can put it into ChatGPT and ask, how could I have done this better? How could I have controlled this client or whatever? And you may not have been able to. Maybe the client was just out of control, but it might give you a better answer. Text maybe explaining repairs. Maybe the way you explain it is not quite right, so you want to do it. And what you do is you would prompt it, say, tell me to speak like I'm in first grade and how I would explain this to a first grader. And that'll teach you to explain it better. And maybe help tell a customer the same thing. Rewriting text. I'll tell you, my daughter, when we had our service company, she would rewrite my reviews all the time because I would blast and defend, and she would go in there and rewrite them with AI. It was hilarious. And so onboarding new employees, go ahead, talk about that. Employees uploading photos for help. Now, here's the one I already talked about. If you can go to another video of mine, you actually can see how you can take before photos and make after photos. But you can create a lot of different photos and teach teach your employee how to get that result before they can see it, so they can visualize the result. And so this difficult customer situation all the time can be done for this. So your benefits are, less interruptions. Owner gets your time. Service business, you've probably asked yourself this question 100 times. Are we actually making money right now, or are we just staying busy? This is the Nut Report, and honestly, it's really simple. You just enter in your monthly expenses and put in your profit you want to make, and boom, it gives you your current sales, current production. It shows you exactly where you stand in real time. It also tracks your next 3 weeks of production, so you know if you're actually on track to cover your bills and hit your profit goals before it's too late. Instead of guessing your numbers should be, it gives you the exact target your business needs to hit right now. And it works right now with House Call Pro and Jobber. If you want to be connected to your own CRM, go ahead, we can probably do that too. So stop guessing and actually get to know your numbers. Check it out at thenutreport.com. Service, you get to go on vacations, fishing, golfing, maybe go to a kid's function and not have to be bothered by the business. Faster training, across the board consistency. That is what really starts making the business start to flourish, and less dependence on you and your key men in your business just constantly getting bothered by people. And so the employee now starts to feel more confident, can find the answers, doesn't have to feel it. Sometimes maybe feel less, or let's just say it, they might feel stupid for asking, but they're also dependent on asking. So we pull that dependency out so that they actually can find answers and build your business for you. And so it all becomes just faster communication. It just literally goes into that. So the business stops waiting on the owner to think. And that is just where it's so important. So future employees, teach everybody how to have an AI assistant for them, because without it, you're just going to go right back to being a bottleneck. AI won't replace great employees. It's just going to teach the good employees how to use it to get better for your business and make everybody's life easier. And so employees with AI will replace employees without it. That's a fact. So you're going to see maybe some turnover, and that's common because you're going to have the people that are using it to not use you, but building a better business. And business, you'll adapt faster and you'll move beyond your competitors because now everybody is thinking in your business like an owner with qualified information. Now, of course, they shouldn't stop using you. They should still be calling you and doing that. So that is what I would suggest you do, is get a business account, get everybody their own AI assistant agent, and do that with their own account or within your account. And so that's the best thing. So for closing, one of the biggest ways we're seeing employees use AI right now is writing faster, more detailed estimates and proposals that actually help close bigger jobs. So if you haven't watched the last video yet where I break down exactly how we're using AI to speed up estimates and create better presentations for homeowners, click this video right here below. It's in the description below. And honestly, these two strategies together are extremely powerful.